supposed to go over the rules?
The rules for public comment are that you can make a public comment if you are a resident of the township or a township taxpayer. Please raise your hands until you are recognized. You will have 3 minutes to make your comments. Once you have 15 seconds left, I will ask you to complete your comments. For your comments, please come up to the table, make sure the mic is on, take a seat, and state your name and address to start your comments. Face the board and make your comments to the board. If your comment is on an agenda item, please start with identifying that agenda item for the board. Please understand this is not a debate session, and it's not a place for abusive language or profanity. It's for comments. We ask the audience to refrain from crying out or being disruptive, and we'll ask you to leave if you refuse to follow the stated conduct or if you disrupt the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. This time, is there any public comments on the agenda items? Yes, sir, come on up. State your name. Which agenda item?
Article 8A,
Okay.
there was a speaker on the Republican.
Name and address, sir.
Sorry, Keith Cow, 1941 Gilbertsville Road, Pottstown, PA. Okay? There was a speaker on the Republican Presidential Convention noted that the USA is a democracy. We're still in the USA, correct? You didn't take that away from us. So it said, and in a democracy, the leaders listen to its people, and we have spoken once when we voted to tax us to buy open space, and another time when we told you to save the smaller farm, which was bought with open space money. Are we a democracy or what? And the third time we're gonna speak is at the voting booth. I hope the whole people here vote. 3 of you is out of here. Thank you.
Others? Yes, sir, come on.
Jim Kapinski, 1958 Yarnell Road. It's nice to be back and nice to see everybody. Regarding old business A, it appears you're going to talk about putting it out to bid. I have provided the board with the lawsuit with French and Pickering where there was a restricted land and a couple built a house on it. French and Pickering sued them. The Chester County Court of Common Pleas agreed with the property owner, and they went ahead and they built a mansion, 1990. French and Pickering appealed it, and 3 years later, the Pennsylvania Superior Court ruled against the property owner and ruled that they had to demolish the building. I gave this, anybody want it?
I got it from you.
You got it all right? Are we gonna fall into that same issue? You're putting it out to bid and we still have an active lawsuit. What happens if you lose the lawsuit? I have my own business. I appraise commercial real estate. I bid on assignments every week. Somebody will call me up and say, we need an appraisal of a shopping center in Exton. I just don't sit there and say, the appraisal fee will be X. I do my research. I might even drive to the site. This is a major project to give you a bid. You're asking companies to spend their time, their money preparing bids, and you don't even know when the start date is. Or maybe you do, and I just missed it. The other thing on the bidding process, you pass resolutions 749, which gives Trace full control over contracts and signing contracts. That contradicts the PA First Class Township Code 1802, which gives full control to the Board of Commissioners, not to the President of the Board of Commissioners, even though resolution was passed. My question is, does this resolution 749 conflict with the PA First Class Township Code? And if it does, I think you need to fix it. Thank you.
Others? Board, state your name and the agenda item.
Darrell Tillman, 151 Rose Valley Road.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Darrell Tillman, 151 Rose Valley Road. I don't understand why we continue to go down this road with a pending lawsuit. I read in the paper the other day, $140,000 has been spent of our taxpayer money to defend a suit that it's clear that the township, the residents of the township don't want. And it just, I mean, my late Uncle Jackie one time told me when I was a young lad, once a mistake, twice a fool. Now, it appears that the majority of the board misread the public's perception of this when it first came down the road. And look, every politician has made a mistake at some point in time. But to continue to go down this road with this bid process now, it's just foolishness. And if you don't think you have the support, or you think you have the support of the township residents, that would be wrong, because we just re-elected Dave Walt and Kathy Peretti at the last local municipal township election, and they won, and they were against the project. So I just don't understand why this board continues to be stubborn. I mean, it's just foolishness. Thank you.
Others? Others?
He's just looking for a seat.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, no problem. Park Driver, 138 Rose Valley Road. You good? You good? I too feel compelled to say something as the pending lawsuit. I just feel that it's unfair to the contractors that you're gonna bid out to when there is, I can't imagine that the project actually start. I can't imagine anybody giving, advice to start the project with a lawsuit pending. It just seems foolish to me, and you're supposed to be stewards of the township and the township money, and, I wish you would do that. Thanks.
Others? Moving on to the approval of the minutes, 15 July 2024. That was in your packet. I need a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Against? Motion carries. Payment of bills, that was in your packet as well. I'll need a motion on the bills.
And I'll make the motion, to pay the bills in the amount of $214,519 and change.
Is there a second? Here in a second, discussion?
I have a few questions. Again, I see another charge for the defamation lawsuit, and in the amount of $10,000. I wanna expand on something that Dave brought up at the end of the last, question and answer period, in that if there was to be a reward in this case, who would receive it, the township? And Trace responded, yes. Is that correct, Eric?
I don't know, I can look into that, I don't know what the court would do.
No, I just said that Trace responded yes at the last meeting that the township would get
So
it.
you're asking me, I don't know what Tracy.
You're not sure? Okay,
And I did say yes.
thank you, Trace. Okay, the other question is, and I hope you can answer this, or someone can answer this for me. Who's listed on the contract with Dilworth Paxton? Is it the township or the plaintiffs? Anybody?
Yeah, it's the majority of the board of commissioners and.
Could you please use your microphone? Can't hear you.
It's all-
It's not picking up.
Okay. So that's telling me that this is not something that the township should be paying for. The only employee involved in that lawsuit is the chief. And we were supposed to have this lawsuit to defend the chief. That was the question, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
that's what we
okay.
went forward, is defend the chief.
All right, so I guess I'm saying if the township is not listed on the contract, then I don't have a right to see it. But if the township was listed on the contract, I would have a right to see it. So my question is, why is the taxpayers paying for this lawsuit?
First of all, we had a debate of this particular issue when we authorized it. All these payments are authorized whether by budget or individual action. Right now, what we're discussing is appropriation of we're spending for it. If you want to debate this, let's do that in commissioner comments. Right now, it's the bill list. If you want to vote for no on this, vote no. But this is an appropriation discussion, not authorization. We already talked this piece.
We talked through how we were going to pay for this. Is that what you're telling me?
The authorization
When?
gave it, when we voted on it, on
No, we
20,
didn't.
yeah, we did, 26 April, we actually did vote on it, 3-2.
Yeah.
3-2. I don't remember voting on how we were gonna pay for it, but,
All the budget and all the author are paid by funds that we have for the general fund. Yes, that's how.
but if the township isn't listed, how is this a township issue?
So we have those 4 folks that are on that, and that's how we're running it, that's how our litigation attorney wanted to do it. Now, again, I'm gonna end this conversation, you can vote no on this, or we can move forward.
Mr. Chair, may I just interject one piece of useless information? And Kathy, I think I want the audience to know this too. This whole lawsuit and whatever bills we're paying, the 10,000 this month, was it 13 last month, and more probably next month, could have all been avoided. We simply asked for the plaintiffs to retract their statement and correct the record. Eric sent a very firm letter, gave them 30 days, it could have cost them almost nothing. They refused, and by the time we filed the case, I think it was about another 45 days, so they had about 75 days to make this a non-issue. All we asked was to correct the record. Did we try to stifle public free speech? That's on them, not on us. And if you have another means to correct the record, I would like to know, but it is unfortunate, it's very expensive. This lawsuit is gonna be very expensive. The good news is, it's a pretty strong lawsuit. We hired a lawyer who is very familiar with this kind of thing. And the recovery will probably, hopefully be equal to what we spent. I mean, the lemon's gonna be hopefully worth the squeeze at this point, but we have to make a point. You can't sit there. You can disagree with us, you can call us names, you can call us crooks, but when you say we're breaking the law in a public venue, the buck stops. And I don't have any chance to defend our police department. Maybe this is the one time I do. And I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. I didn't wanna do that. Trace didn't wanna do it. I don't think Hank wanted to do it. We had to. We had no choice. We gave them every opportunity to make this a non-issue, zero cost to the taxpayers. They did not take it. They purposely published, distributed to newspaper a lie about us. And you know what? I could take it, but my family's in the law enforcement, and the one currency they have always worked in is their reputations. I mean, that's how they roll. And I'm friends with a lot of police officers, ex-police officers, and everything is their reputation. For have that kind of thing put into the newspaper, I don't even know how it got there, but we're gonna find out. So I'm just wanting to explain to you and the audience, this could have been a non-issue. And Trace pushed it to be a non-issue as hard as he could. I finally said that enough's enough, Trace. Thank you, I'm not gonna take any more. Sorry, Trace, I didn't mean that.
All right,
Okay, so then that is how the 3 commissioners also got attached to the lawsuit.
Might as well, yeah, I guess.
Thank you for your comments, Don.
All right, we have both the second on this, all in favor of the bill, let's say aye. Aye. Against?
Nay.
Reports.